If you're like me and believe there is no such thing as too much chocolate, then welcome to the best cookie recipe of your life. If you're not like me and you're not the biggest fan of chocolate, these cookies might just change your mind. These cookies are soft, chewy, and tender, made with a chocolatey base and filled with dark chocolate chips for extra chocolate goodness. They're super easy to throw together, just like any other cookie, so let's get baking. I'm using 2 sticks or 1 cup of room temperature unsalted butter. As you can see, I sliced it up just to make it easier to mix together. We're using half a cup of packed light brown sugar and 1 cup of white sugar. Now you'll cream this together on low speed until the butter is light and fluffy. If your butter is cold, you're probably going to struggle a bit here. So don't skip the step of letting your butter come to room temperature. Next, we'll add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're also adding in 1 large egg, which I did leave out at room temperature. If you forget to leave the egg at room temperature, don't worry, it's not going to make or break the recipe like the butter does. We'll go back to mixing on low speed until all of the butter, eggs, and vanilla are creamed together. My biggest baking tip is to always spoon and level your flour because we don't use the metric system here. Please use a spoon to measure out the flour and then use the back of a knife to wipe off the excess. That's going to be the most consistent way here in the US to measure out your flour. This is 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. We're also adding in a 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and we'll add in half a teaspoon baking soda to help the cookies rise. I'm sifting all of this together to make sure that the ingredients are well separated, and if you get any clumps in your sieve, you can use the back of a spoon to just push those through. Now all we have to do is add those dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. I start by adding just about half of that flour mixture. You don't want to add too much at once because if you do, it's going to fly everywhere once you turn on the mixer. So start by adding half of that and then mix it until it's well combined. Then you can slowly add in the rest of the dry ingredients. Now for the best part, we are adding in 6 ounces of dark chocolate chips. You can use semi-sweet chips if you want, but when I make chocolate cookies, I go all the way and I add as much chocolate as possible. Line your cookie sheet with parchment paper for easy cleanup. This recipe makes 24 cookies total, so we're using about a tablespoon size of cookie dough to make 12 cookie dough balls per cookie sheet. I like to press in a couple of chocolate chips to the top of the cookie dough balls, and this way you can see the melty chocolate puddles on top of the baked cookies. We'll throw those in the oven at 350 for about 11 to 12 minutes. And you must not skip this step. If you have flake sea salt, please put it on top. That salt is so necessary to complement the rich chocolate flavors and the sweetness from the cookie. I bake my cookies so that they are almost underdone. If you want a firmer cookie, I recommend going for 12 to 13 minutes. Please excuse me for a second. They taste just like the cookies I grew up eating. They are so buttery. No shortcuts here. Buttery, sweet, rich, filled with chocolate chips, and that salt on top just makes your taste buds sing. So good. This is the cookie that I always requested growing up. It's my mom's recipe. Sorry, Mom, that I waited until the end of the video to say that, but my mom gets the credit here. Oh my gosh. So good. I'll throw the link down in the description for this recipe. It has the full ingredients list, full instructions, and it also has a bunch of commonly asked questions and more tips and tricks, so you can check that out. That's on my website, cozypeachkitchen.com. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get a chance to try these cookies because they truly are one of my favorite cookies in the world. You can hit subscribe down below and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thanks as always for watching.